It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see the Bills' veteran linebacker. He's coming off an excellent 12-tackle game last week. It's the Bills and the Packers on Thursday night.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive. Plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And normally in this spot we talk about passing numbers from last week, but this time it's all about the rushing. 3 times he found the end zone in his last ball game. He is a do-everything quarterback, and you have to expect we'll see him call his own number here as well.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 15. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play fake. Here's Love. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love, they go play action now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Love. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Oh, nice saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Second down and 3. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. To throw, it's Allen. That's going to be caught by Samuel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll run with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the right side here with Davis. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned teams down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Off the play fake, Love. Now this aired out deep for Reed. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action this time with Love. Escaping the pressure right. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Love now on 2nd down. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Half 85.
Here's Allen to throw it. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 4, they got 8, and it results in a conversion on 4th down. Here's Love. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The Packers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
That is caught. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They'll run here with Dillon. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fighting his way through contact. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on blitz.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They have three tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. He only has a single solo carry, 1. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only 1 carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Love. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Allen now on first down, setting up the screen for Cook. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now Allen. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready, break. Hustle.
First down, Love to pass. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So just enough juice to get the three, and I think that wind at the back helped a little bit there.
Certainly did, and to me that tells me that that head coach knows his kicker and realized the wind was at his back. That was probably the outer limits of what he could make, and he knew the wind might be able to aid him and get that ball over the crossbar, and it did.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Then, later in the afternoon, we highlight that game going on in Houston, where it'll be the Texans taking on the Chicago Bears. And then on Sunday night, the national audience in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Packers now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. A beautiful fake. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Love from the gun. A short throw to Musgrave. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Allen now looks to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. James has got it. Complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Inside give to Davis. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The Packers offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
On the set.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Love looking to throw it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now 2nd and 5. Now Love will try with his legs. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Gano's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills going to take over again on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
Ready.
Love now. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Drill 52. Ready.
Throwing. Love. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Okay, ready.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Ready.
Jacobs. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. "79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Here's Jacobs. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. 2nd and goal from the 1. Willis going to try to run it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Malik Willis keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Packers are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Malik Willis who took it in himself to cap things off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To the air, Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard
To throw, it's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Here's Allen to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contact.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. They made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Allen and the Bills now down by 16. 1:35 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Allen. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw on target to James.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Throwing, Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try to get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
To throw is Allen. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's Allen. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Another try. 2nd and 10 now. Allen. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Packers, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games.